Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Eternal Evolution. And for today's video, I wanted to kind of go through my process of how I deal with our gear. It gets a little bit daunting sometimes, plus the way they sort it as far as showing what's new is not ideal. So for example, you'll see this new here, right, after you've collected some stuff. Great. But if you go here, and then you go here and you don't click the new yet, you're like, oh, I'll go look at that later, and you close your bag. When you come back, that new is gone. So even if you don't click this because you think you want to leave it up as, oh, let me go look at that later, unfortunately, it still goes away. So that's something I actually don't like about the system here for sorting. But overall, it can be a little bit daunting. There's a couple ways you can cleanse your gear, so to speak, but I'm going to talk to you guys about the way that I do mine. In a perfect world, I try to catch the new equipment as it comes in, and then I take a look, and if it's decent, I put a simple, lock on it. So let's just scroll down to where nothing's locked. Pretend this is the top of my bag. So okay, I don't think I want that. Crit rate, crit damage, defense percentage on a... Oh wait, that is locked. There we go. Okay, this is not locked. I don't know that I would keep this. Well, actually, you know what? This could be something, maybe a crete piece. So yeah, I would keep this because if I don't have much else to roll HP, but it's at least the HP set, I might not mind if this rolls some crit rate. So maybe I want to see what this rolls. So for now, I lock it. Once you lock it though, it pops down on your list. So that makes it a little bit hard to take a look at, but it is what it is. So let me show you how I deal with that. Basically, I've started to use the smelt feature as my way to deal with gear. Now, first off, I would probably try to see, alright, what am I missing the most on my account? Now, you can never have too many crit damage gloves with a crit rate substat, or a crit rate glove with a crit damage substat, right, for all these damage dealers. But personally, I have found on my account that I am severely lacking HP percentage gloves. So, okay, you might want to do a sort first. Like, what are the key things? So building a tank, building a support hero, most likely you're going to have HP percentage gloves in an HP set, which I finally have 3 pieces of, which I can't even believe. I just rolled these up. I don't even care what they rolled. I'm just happy to have them. Look at this, is such a crit piece right here. I'm super excited. But unfortunately, I have no helmets. Look at not one helmet with HP percentage main stat and HP set. So that's something I'm lacking, right? So I know I'm lacking here. Same thing with boots. HP percentage boots. I have a few. But sometimes, but I don't have extras right now. And do I have damage reduction? More than likely would be my boot choice. How am I doing there? I would want a damage reduction boot, but in the HP set. Okay, there's one. Boom. I'm definitely going to lock that so I don't accidentally... You know, this is what I do. If I find something I know I'm just going to go for, I just immediately take it to 16. You don't waste the resources. If you decide this gear is bad and you unlock it, you can just, like, okay, here's some old pieces. Boom. Boom. You can just literally unlock them and crunch them later. Although, to be fair, I probably need those, so don't mind that. But... yeah, luckily you can go through and just crunch the gear again and you get your resources back, so it's not really wasting, luckily, in this game. I really like that feature. But you kind of want to see what you're missing before you go into the smelting and before we go into sorting. So that's just something to think about. Kind of be aware of what's on your account. Are you missing the most? Like crit damage gloves. Alright, we want crit damage gloves. Do I have a lot of crit damage gloves in the damage set? Okay, I have one, but terrible substats. Look at my lack. That's it. I have a whole bunch with attack, but they're all on people. I have not one crit damage glove in a crit rate set. And I have no extras in crit rate set. So okay, crit damage is something I should focus as well. That's just something else to consider too. Trying to think about the main things that you're going to need on your account for building your heroes. Because when we're talking about, like, yeah, HP, defense, damage reduction is going to be the common thing that you use for your heroes. For either tanks or healers, you could go full HP or damage reduction for the boots. Like, you kind of want to know you have a lot of those things on hand because most all of them should be built the same way. Same thing with damage dealers. Most likely you're going to need lots of attack percentage helmets, attack percentage boots. Do you have enough to go around on your account? So once you kind of got an idea of what you are looking for, that's when I go to smelt, and this is how I sort my gear. So much of my gear falls through the cracks because I do Disa caves, and then I click something else because I see fragments, and I go out of it, and I forget that I didn't look at my new equipment from Disa caves. So now all that gear is thrown with the rest. So for me personally, because HP gear is so important for my tanks and my healers, and I'm really lacking it, I am actually forging vigorous gear, the HP percentage right now, because that's what I need for my account. I also need, I mean, for the sake of crit damage, I wish I could choose, can I just get gloves? But that's not the case. So I think overall, I'm just hoping for this. I'm hoping for some HP stats here. So this is where I would just go through and simply sort. If a piece is good, I will change my mind and I'll lock it. That doesn't mean I'm going to roll it up right now. I'm going to have to roll things up later and find out if they're good otherwise. But for now, I just want to see if it's even worth rolling to begin with. And I don't want these combined stuff. So like, all right, this could roll a triple HP. Plus it has a flat HP in here. That's got potential. I'm going to lock that. So this is kind of how I go through. I'm like, weird. Okay, we're looking at crit damage set. Attack percentage could roll triple or more. I don't know. Debatable, but crit damage reduction is definitely more of a PvP stat. Resist is a PvP stat. So this is a PvP piece. But maybe that's worth keeping in with considering that in mind. Okay, resistance. I really don't work with resistance gear at this point. I only save perfect resistance pieces that have resistance substats in case I was trying to do something high resist for sake of arena, if that becomes more of a thing that I feel like I need. But at this time, I don't feel I need that, so I rarely save a lot of that gear, personally. Defense gloves and an attack set. That's just a hot mess of stats already. They're going to be food. Alright, and crit rate. Flat attack glove, not even looking at that. Oh, okay, perfect. And we have our 5 pieces. Now we smell. Boom. Alright. And now that piece is added to the mix, I'm not even going to worry about what it was because I'm just going to keep rolling. So this is kind of how I go through and yeah, sort what's happening. This could roll crit damage with defense, but attack set, that's not helping anything. Defense glove, defense set, that's great. Flat defense, nope. Attack in the defense set with crit rate, damage reduction. This is a hot mess. If I'm going to go attack percent on a glove, it's going to be in the attack set or the gluttony set. It's not going to be in a defense set. So I think I could skip that. And same thing there. Attack glove in an HP set. I mean, okay, this actually, attack and HP. I think I'm going to save this because of Senway. Senway is really great to build with just pure attack percentage and HP percentage focus. They have been killing it for me in so much content right now, and that's a big part of it. Although, do they really need accuracy and resist? Not for PvE. So maybe this is debatable whether or not it's trash, but depending on my other gear, I might kind of need it. So I think I'm going to save this for consideration for Senway in particular. Crit rate glove and a crit rate set, damage reduction substat, I like it already. Defense substat, this could be something if you want to build a damage Artos or Crete maybe. Alright, there we go, and then on to the next. Flat stat glove, don't even look at it. And we're off for another piece. This I feel like is honestly the best way to sort your gear. And definitely when it comes to rolling up your gear, don't be crunching your white gear for sake of resources because you get a ton. So let's look at the part 2 of this statement. Let's go look at the part 2. So Bailey Hudson, okay. Actually, you know what? No. Yeah, that's fine. He's fine. I'm not going to change anything on him, but we'll use him as an example. I still want crit damage gloves, but I just don't have the right combination of stuff to be able to make that happen with having nice... I like the sets, too, because we really want that attack boost or the crit rate boost, but I'm happy with my stats on him for now, so until I get a better crit damage glove, I'm not going to worry about it. But let's say, okay, we're looking at our stats here, right? Look at all these gloves. Look at all these gloves. There's so much here. When it comes to rolling up your gear, let's pick something. So... Let's say we do want to see if Bailey has any better crit damage gloves. Let's see, what sets do we have crit damage in? Alright, so, I mean, to be fair, you can use mixed sets. They don't have to be a set. If you get perfect substats, that can be okay as well. Crit damage glove, crit damage set. Even though this has mixture, like, it's kind of a hot mess, you wouldn't use this for Bailey. But let's see, do we have anything? Nope, we don't. Don't see anything here that I would want to try for Bailey based on the sets. And I really do want to take advantage of these set bonuses, especially end game ideas. So for me, there's kind of nothing willing to roll up. So does that mean I trash some of this gear? Maybe. But that's maybe something worth looking into. So here we have an accuracy. This is an accuracy set with an accuracy substat. Maybe there are some heroes like Emma and Aniruda that need accuracy in their kits. It literally says it. Maybe this is something that could go on them to help boost that stat while it's a mixed piece, but not for them in particular. I mean, I just mean a hero like them. Maybe we don't know what they're going to release in the future that could actually use something like that. So like when it comes to stuff like this that are a bit odd, I only keep them if they have a logical logical pairing. So, I mean, most accuracy are not going to be needed on anyone you're throwing a bunch of crit damage on, yet at least. But at least it has an accuracy substat too, so you can kind of stack that. So that's kind of here. I only kept the ones that also had accuracy here. So if I was really looking to boost that, that's kind of where I'd go. But more than likely, these are 3 gloves I would never use on my account. So this kind of just look at what you're one thing at a time. And if they're worthy of leveling, give it a level. So maybe I don't have great crit damage gloves, but maybe I have better crit rate gloves with a crit damage substat. How are we doing on those? No new ones in a set I'd want to use for Bailey either, so it is what it is. Now look at this. Abundant. Am I really going to use a health set, mixed set? I mean, if this rolled a triple crit damage, maybe. But I doubt it. Like, I think I need to be pickier. Sometimes you can be too picky though, right? But again, there it is. Like, it's kind of looking at what you have and comparing what you need for your account specifically. So let's say we go on over to attack percentage helmets and boots. So we're talking our damage dealers. We want damage gear. So this is great. We have this piece here. Maybe that goes on a Bailey, right? Maybe it does. What do we have now? Nope, we have attack. So, I mean, maybe I could put that other set, but I'm going to lose some crit rate in the process. Not too bad. We would lose too much if I took off the crit rate gloves and switched them for crit damage, for example. So I wouldn't do that, you know. It's just kind of analyzing a little bit here. But when it comes to... Look at my old gear. I still have some red gear around. You can do a little bit of sorting here too. So... like right now I'm looking at my attack percentage gear. This is just the other way to sort. You could unlock anything that isn't worthy. You're like, okay, I have this locked. Do I really need this? No, I don't. Oh my goodness, why did I lock that in the first place? Maybe I locked it a long time ago. Unlock that one. Accuracy, attack. Now this could be an Emma piece, right? Emma, although Emma you're going to want in gluttony and attack for the sets, but maybe if you just had terrible gluttony gear and it wasn't working for you, or your attack gear was on someone else like Luke, maybe you would choose to put something like this to help her get that 100 accuracy you need. So this is absolutely worthy. It's also worthy of rolling up. But this is where I want to point out, be careful. Don't select legendary here anymore for what you crunch, because you want to use that for the smelting. But yeah, you can use old pieces. Look at this is an old piece that was rolled up. Boom. We're not wasting. Look at all this old gear that I had locked from before. You can go through and unlock it and actually use it. I just tend to, this is how I sort. I lock what has potential, and then when I go to actually build a character, hero, I look at what does this particular person need, and I roll up a bunch of gear that could be suited for them. Simple, I guess, right? Simple as that. So, I mean, I get that I might need some of these, but no, I don't. I don't need any of these. So I'm just going to keep unlocking and getting rid of old gear that's bad in this manner. But you can see on my account, for example, all this old gear. Okay, look at it. I'm actually doing pretty good. I was down to boots. Hey. I was down to boots already. Oh my gosh, I'm proud. Hold on. Let's do this. This is one of those things, it's not necessarily completely straightforward. But look, I have 4,000 of these guys. So getting these resources is not too hard. Boom, we're maxed. So you definitely don't need that white gear for leveling up, upgrading your gear. Save that for the forge. That's one thing I just really wanted to show here because you can see how much I have. And if you're just trying to be more and more picky as you go along, I still feel like the smelting way is just the easiest way to do it. And then when you go to level up a hero, just go through and look for something within that specific set, roll it all up, and see which pieces will give you the stats you want. If it doesn't roll good, unlock it, and then you know it's good to be crunched next time you do some smelting. But that's kind of the way I go about things. I hope that helped. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I do realize here, actually, okay, it does look like we can crunch. Okay, so let's see. Let's test this. Alright, so we want to crunch the higher level stuff, right? So these are HP boots and a crit rate set with a hot mess of stats. Okay, I think I'm going to crunch those. HP boots with the defense set, defense percentage rolls. Those got accidentally unlocked. Nope, not crunching those. Crit damage reduction attack. That's a hot mess. I don't want that. And HP glove and an HP set resistance. I'm gonna keep that because my HP gloves and an HP set are limited. So that's gonna stay locked for now. I can't be that picky on my account in particular yet. Alright, so we're still looking at some decent stuff here. Let's see, damage reduction boots and accuracy set's a little quirky, but it could be needed. Resistance set, resistance substat, HP boot. I like that for any sort of resistance meta, but I don't see that being a thing right now. Or maybe it is a thing, super end arena, and I don't even know, but I stay in the top 10 always, no problem, without worrying about resistance per se. And I can beat the number 1 and number 2 people usually, so that's just something to think about too. But I guess I'll keep a couple of those. Alright, let's take a look over here. Attack with HP. I'd be looking for more stats that might be good for Senway in particular. But okay, let's get rid of obvious flat stat. That's even better. Let's look for some more flat stats. Okay, so here's our test, right? Here's our final test for talking gear cleansing. Can we crunch these and will we get the materials back? We did. So see, they don't waste things in this game. We had all that stuff rolled up to level 16. I was able to crunch that and they gave me the materials back for leveling up gear so you don't have those wasted. Such a great system. I'm really happy with how this works. This helps me greatly, honestly. Oh, that was one of my bad gloves, I guess. But this is really helpful for me to kind of pare down what's good, and so I have less to look through when it comes to actually picking my gear when I'm deciding to sit down and work on somebody. So, hope you guys followed my drift here well, and I hope I wasn't too confusing. I tried to just kind of pop around my thought process while I'm going through leveling up gear. See, I went through, that was good, I locked it, boom, didn't like it, smelt. And that just goes back to the mix and I'll look at it later. Unfortunately, when we click it, we can't lock it or unlock it here. I wish that was a thing that would make it easier. So now that's just going to go to my mix of stuff and I guess I'll see it later. But not so good stuff lately. But hey, maybe I will get my hands on some better vigorous gear here soon. But for now, that's all. Hope this was helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Eternal Evolution. Play now for free.